Really gonna plan what I was gonna say, and I try to make this live, but apparently my alarm couldn't stop sounding. So I guess that gave me a little more time to think about what I really wanted to say. And yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I made the last video on my brain injury update. It hasn't been a while since I made a video. I tried to make one last week on deep earth, my psyche, and other questions I didn't really answer, which I will soon. So maybe I'll make a new video on early graduation for sure. And it was just a lot to unclog for me mentally, especially with what's going on here. And I have some schoolwork in my mind that it was just a lot of inaction slowly building up. Maybe a crush. We don't know. Well, I know. But yeah, we're here now. And I'm here to mostly update on my brain injury. And it's been like 4 months since I made that video. And it's been around a year 2 months. So since the initial incident that changed my life. Yeah. And if you want to see the full story, go watch my first video. Right now, I'm more here going to talk about the aftermath right now. And did I get better or did I get worse? And what is my pain? What are my struggles? If it's not just psychologically, but what about physically too? Because I know brain injuries, there really isn't a cure for it right now. And I don't know if we'll find one in a moment. And it's definitely an interesting case to talk about it right now. And I'm going to give you my most honest opinion about it, as someone who's suffering brain injury on a daily basis. And when I mean suffering, I'm just going to refresh to you what I've been feeling the past few days. Nah, I'm just joking, not past few days. Past few months. Yes, it didn't go away. It got worse, I'll admit it. So, if you see where I'm pointing my thumb at, it's right here. I'm pointing at my pain areas. It's right here. It's like, if I had to describe it, it's like a jab right here. And it's like something's lingering here that just doesn't go away. And it makes me very irritable, moody, because it just doesn't go away. It feels like someone put their thumb in my brain. Feels like a lobotomy. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it hurts. Sometimes it does feel like a sting, I'm not gonna lie. Or constant pressure up here. And yes, I constantly do massages for it, and it's still pressure, a lot of it. It's especially in the frontal lobe, it definitely makes someone moody, because that's where my reasoning part's at. And the fact that some days it just gets horrible, it gets messy because it just keeps getting worse. And with me, my sleep for the past 4 months has been a roller coaster. This week is like 1 to 3 nights I get the best sleep. I mean, I sleep 9 hours. And it isn't until I get the alarm to go to school, it's where like, oh shoot, damn, I had a good sleep. I wish I slept longer. That's like, damn. That's the type of sleep I get for a few days. And then there's other days where it's like, I keep waking up at like 4 a.m. or my brain just doesn't constantly turn off here, because it's your frontal lobes that normally turn off. Sometimes it just doesn't. And some days it's like I didn't have brain injury. It's like, maybe we got this. Maybe we can beat this problem. Or maybe manage it. Or maybe we can live through this. Maybe if this is all that it is, maybe I can survive it for the rest of my life. Live with it. So yeah. As again, this is going to be my raw opinion. And sometimes I do get disassociated when I talk about these things, because it's a lot when I'm trying to put what happened into months and years and, well, a year or two. But really, it's not easy. For the past few months, I got mood swings in my sleep. And it was like a roller coaster ride. Yes, and I also got mood swings too. I know I phrased that wrong, but yes, I got some mood swings. I'm very irritable one moment, but then the other moment is like, I have a day where I'm like calm, like, okay, maybe, since I'm focused on something else, people, I'll admit I'm narcissistic, so maybe that, or maybe it's just that, maybe I just need a distraction. And I lean toward people or things or trying to be important, and then I put all the energy into that, and it just numbs the fact that I have brain injury. Does it mean it went away? Not really, but it's like maybe it's not that bad. Maybe that's why I get better sleep. And there's days where it's like all I want is just to fucking cure this brain injury. It's a lot. It's just constant fluctuations that just doesn't seem to get better at the moment. And I know someone has watched this video before of my brain injury. I know my cousin did. Jose, shout out to him. Listen, I know someone's gonna watch this and be like, yo, maybe that's what I'm feeling, or maybe they know someone who's going through brain trauma, and I want to raise awareness for it because my parents don't believe half the shit I say, not even 90% of the things I said. You know what? It's even gone to the point where my mom got mad at me and said that, oh, you're cursed because of this. Yeah, that's because you disrespected me. I'm like, oh. Yes, and I mentioned in another video, my mom is narcissistic and she will use anything, even if it's detrimental to my health, against me. And honestly, just neglect it a bit. And often it's been confused that I have high blood pressure and maybe that's causing my brain injuries, pain, or these headaches and all that. Honestly, even when my blood pressure was pretty normal, I still felt these headaches. Maybe I was calmer, maybe it was a little more zen, but it's like I still get these constant tingling in the front part of my brain. It would also be here, and as I already explained in the other video, yeah, it sucks. It makes me. It's because like it's either sharp or it's either pressuring, and either way, it's like when I'm around people, I'm constantly going like this, this, this. I'm constantly trying to give myself cranial massages, and when it doesn't work, it's like fuck. I'm in for a long night with my friends. I'm in for an emotional ride. Like maybe I just talk a little too much, or maybe I'm just too in the corner like this in church. Like, damn, no one understands me. Like, and really, why am I? How am I still social despite all this? As again, I still find strength around the things I care about, the people, and I don't see how this will, as long the way it is right now, as long as it doesn't progress too much, that I should be antisocial at the moment. Listen, I don't think they're gonna cure me, but I'm trying to take a holistic approach. Many approaches to this, and it's been very hard. Especially since the last video I made when I was just ranting on my brain injuries. And this one has been very personal because I'm trying to get better at soccer. I'm doing weightlifting. I've been eating more protein. I've been watching more psychology videos. Yeah, I've been obsessive over TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I am very honest. I do watch very short videos, so my attention span went bad. But I'm just maybe I listen to too much music, and I have tried. Okay, for legal purposes, I can't say it, but yeah, I have had an experience where it's like, damn, maybe things did feel a little bit heightened, and yeah, I felt good, but just trying to create new neural pathways through habits, and honestly, it works sometimes. Which is maybe that's why I'm not completely antisocial, or maybe that's why I'm not a complete mess, though I think I am, which is where the mood swings come, and honestly, it's like, I go through mood swings that make me want to harm myself a lot, and it's not an easy topic to speak about, especially on YouTube, but I really wanted to address this. It's not been easy. It's been very hard the past few days, and when these days or weeks come where all there is these brain injuries in myself, and I'm really trying to cope, it's not a good mix, and I'm not trying to cope sometimes. I'm really just trying to live life, and sometimes these brain injuries are just so powerful of my frontal lobe. It's like, damn. And I'm like wondering how much more years will I live with this for? And I know there's many varieties of treatment. There's ketamine, there's TMZ therapy, and this is from my friend who has gone through this for 17 years, as long as I've been alive for. And for me as a younger man who's going through this, I see these years as big, and it's a lot. And I want to be there for my friends' graduation, my cousin's graduation. Shout out to Tiffany's graduation. All these people. And Sam's graduation. I want to be there for all of my close friends' graduations. There's a lot of them I can name right now, but as again, my mind is just either flooded with fogginess that I underestimate myself. Maybe I have a cognitive dissonance. I just lack motivation, plus on top of ADHD. So what I realized, it's just been harder to do my math work or things I'm really interested to just stay focused in, no matter how interested I am in. Even in soccer, I do gaze off, even though I'm pretty hyper aware. But even with brain injuries, it's like over here, it's like, oh, now I'm more likely to gaze off, but I'm trying to catch myself during the whole time and just live in the moment. But it just takes away from the moment when you just try and catch yourself. So living with these brain injuries, it's a roller coaster ride because I don't know how much hope I have. Where is my hope? I want to talk about hope. Because hope doesn't, let's be fucking honest, hope is not curing my disease right now. It's not. It's not. It's really not. As much as I tell myself it's not. It's sad, but it's just not. So why do we still hope? Well, why not though? It's like I can still be the pioneer of this brain injury who can still experiment many things, and I just gotta be patient, but it's so hard to be patient when you're constantly getting these headaches and then you try certain things. And then you try, I mean, weed's legal, so you try certain weed. I mean, I don't really smoke it. I only tried it once or twice, so it's not like, but either way, it's not like, you gotta be patient with these things. It hasn't been as easy for me. I've been watching a lot of Daniel Carcillo's video, and there's a lot to be discussed and studied with psilocybin and when it's legalized and all that. But either way, that takes months and it's very expensive. But how much can Joshua endure? Why do we still hope? What if we get nowhere? Damn. And this is a raw video, so I'm not gonna just like have a script right off the bat. I'm just really wondering, what if we get nowhere we do hyperbaric oxygen therapy and we try modulation, we try all these things and nothing works. What, like, or what if it does work? Okay, what is our hope? What is our hope? We can try all these things, but what is our hope? Why even try? Why try? You have 20 years and like you're broke and like you're just starting your life. You're building muscle. You're doing all these things. You're trying to play a college soccer player. You want to make psychology videos while trying to study for nursing. Jesus Christ, you want a girlfriend. You want Jesus Christ. You want to go to church and all that. Oh shit, this is a lot, and this is why I try to separate my psychology videos with my brain injuries. But either way, brain injuries just make this 2 times harder. It's like, oh shit. Because you realize how much money brain injury treatment is? Especially when it's not from insurance. It's out of your own pocket. And your parents neglect you. That's the problem. They don't believe in your brain injury. My dad thinks I'm bullshitting. He literally thinks that, oh, maybe just your stomach problems. Oh, because you have diarrhea. Like, no. Oh, look at these Lomachenko and all these people. And I love these guys. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, come on, bro. They're going to get some brain damage too eventually. They already have it. No one is immortal from brain damage. And it's so funny how we just think it's a generational thing. No, you guys are just all traumatized idiots for thinking that. I'm sorry. Like, if you think that, oh, but my generation can handle all these hits. No, your generation killed yourself. Look at these people in the NFL. And it so makes me pissed because I am literally trying to get the most support that I can, and I'm hopeless in this scenario. I am sad in this scenario, and I hope someone takes the time to watch this video. It's not been easy. So yeah, I know most people aren't gonna watch past 10 minutes of this. This probably won't even get more than 5 views. But I wanted someone to watch this video and like understand me. Or at least I can understand myself. But really, why do we still hope when we say that our parent, like maybe we're being neglected in our scenario? My mom is a narcissist as fuck. I don't even have to explain that. I explained in another video. I can make I can make a series on her. Just like Daniel Meckler, who made videos on his family history, I will do so too. But we're talking about brain injuries. In terms of brain injuries, it's been harder. I'll just take this ibuprofen pill. Well, you see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not powerful. And listen, edibles don't feel good. I'm being honest. For me, I don't like them. I only tried them once or twice. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just really trying to think. Why do we still hope, Josh? What's the hope? Why? We're not looking for a magic pill, but I'm trying to manage my life, and I have all this shit that says, you know what? You're gonna crumple before you even start your life. And I'm in college. I graduated early. And I have this problem already. But the thing is, I'm also not trying to stress out about life too, but it's so hard when you have all this and this pain when you're just trying to meditate. And when I mean meditate, it's like just enjoy nature, see my internals, see my externals, listen to, I don't know, someone like Mac DeMarco, listen to these calmer music that's not as stimulating because, well, it's been harder when you have less attention span up here because you're a little more irritable. And also, Joshua, your speech is a little, yeah, it's always quick, but it's a little more rushed. How do I say this? The best way I can describe my speech is, ideas don't really pop up as great as, I mean, maybe it's always been like that, but for the past few months, it's just been harder. Like, I had to learn how to become a stronger communicator. I have to become a stronger communicator. That's the goal. As I'm suffering from this horrendous brain injuries, and I know there's many people that are just like me, and trust me, I'm praying for people like you and me. My hope is that we find something. There is hope, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I'm asking myself, why do I hope? Because there's a lot on the line for me, and I feel like some things are stacked against me, or a lot of things, and it's not going to be an easy journey. And it's going to get in the way of, let's say, a relationship. It's going to get in the way of friendships, because most people don't understand brain injuries. And you tell them that, by the way, I have potential to emotionally outburst on you. That's not attractive, is it? You tell someone, by the way, I would love to teach your son wrestling and all that, but also don't end up like me. I would love to teach people MMA. I would love to teach people wrestling because I'm good. I was good at wrestling, and I'm still continuing to learn it. I still watch the UFC. I still lift and train the movements. I want to learn Muay Thai without getting hit in the head. I still play soccer. I still want to live a normal life. But I feel like something is hindering me in my mind and my physical brain, and it hasn't been easy. I've been trying to get into more self-care, maybe distract some parts of myself, and has it worked? Some days yes, some days no. The reason why I say I'm hoping is because it's not that bad all the time. I just don't want it to get worse and worse. And what if it does get worse and worse? Why do we keep fighting? Just why? Like, we can just say fight, but it's a fucking battle within your brain, and it's crumbling, and damn, this isn't an easy video to make for me because I really struggle with this. It's a prayer, and where is God in this? And I'm really trying to gain insight through his wisdom, and maybe he can change the condition of my heart as I seek these things out. And it doesn't matter whose fault it is about the brain injuries. What I learned, yeah, it doesn't really matter whose fault it is here. It's been interesting to, how do I forgive myself in this? And I can't blame my mom and all this. Like, even if they are neglectful, this is my brain injury. And damn. So I have to accept that this is my battle. But it's like, why? And I'm trying to find these answers. My hope is that one day I will find the answer. My hope is that I will break through my comfort zone of my mind. I will find something deeper. I don't just want to think dichotomously or black and white. I want to think outwardly or outside of myself in this scenario. My hope is that we can experiment all these things, but they're expensive. Psilocybin is, hopefully gets more legalized, and my argument is, why should it be illegal? Why? There are many people with brain injuries that need this. And my hope is that one day they legalize it for people like us. It shouldn't be a crime to try and heal the brain, create new pathways. And there's ought to be more experiment done. And one thing I learned about microdosing, maybe it is a placebo effect. Well, macrodosing is a bit different, but let's talk about microdosing. But what if you are creating new neural pathways? I said in my other video, that's what we're trying to do, right? Also, habits help create that. But what about the headaches, though? Does that mean you get less headaches? And my short answer is, after 4 months, I don't know. I just don't know. Do I hope they go away? I hope they get numb. I hope they become less frequent. Because there has been days where they have been, or maybe they're not as bad. Maybe they're not a 6. Maybe they're a 2. And honestly, it's just trying to find purpose in this time period. But honestly, if you're watching this, know that Joshua, I'm suffering. I am suffering. This is where I unleash my emotions, and I just want to be raw and hope that someone watches live, and I just want to play around my mind sometimes when I sleep and just see, like I feel like that inner child was a little beat up. And let me tell you about the mental side. I realized, like, yes, I watched 500 Days of Summer and I'm trying to move on. And if you guys see my summary on that, but it's also like, it's hard to move on with something that sticks with you, which is brain injuries, which is why I feel like I'm back to October in the same place multiple times. And maybe that's why I cling on to needing this too. These brain injuries hold me in a state of mind where I'm a bit more codependent than I actually am. Will someone hear me out? Is what I say. It hasn't been easy. Okay, so what was the point of me making this video? Was it just to rant on about my hopes and and what I think about what I think about treatment, which is something I haven't really discussed right now, which I will in like a few minutes but it's also more about my pain, like the neglect of this, and like, how has Joshua been recently? I have been up and down. It's not been easy, but it's not like there was a few days where like I could only sleep 4 hours, but there was a few days where I could sleep 9 to 10 hours. I'm like, oh Lord. Hey, at least I can still sleep, but like, I'm trying to limit this from getting worse. I want to be there for prom. Again, I still want to be there for many of these events that are coming up. Maybe movie theater dates. A lot of cool events. I'm still a young boy and I want to enjoy life as it is. Because God knows I'm going to regret not doing it, but it's just been so hard. So yeah, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to enjoy life, but it hasn't been as easy. I'm trying to get into the youth of my brain, like get even deeper, my landscape, my psychodynamic landscape, yes. And I feel like that inner child was really hurt and beat up in that moment. Will I ever be good at anything? Well, maybe. But wrestling was your go-to. And when I saw many of my friends go to counties, it's like, damn, that could have been me. That could have been me. And you can say that, oh, but don't live in the past and all that, or yeah, or you can just empathize with me. But in reality, it's hard to, because it's a suckish position. Because even if I move on, it's like this brain injury still. Oh, damn! I have thought I moved on many times, but these brain injuries that's like holding me back, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to move on, but there's still something here because I still want to be there to teach people how to fight. I want to learn how to fight. Fuck it. I still want to be a badass motherfucker. A Salvadorian that can play soccer, fight. He can go to his country without fear, go to the city. I can protect my family. I can do... Listen, it's an ideal. Maybe it's not the most realistic, or maybe it is, but I still want to have it. Because maybe I just want to be good at stuff. What's wrong with that? I just like what I do. Like, I like being a teacher. It makes me learn more about my art. And it's just hard when I constantly get these throbbing headaches. I'm like, sorry, wait, hold up. And like, it makes me think of antisocial behaviors, and I can't list them here because it's YouTube, yeah. I don't know. I'm not really good with the guidelines here. I don't know much of them. I'm on a very young channel here. And yeah, I hope when someone watches this, they can truly like realize that when I look at these events going on with the wrestling thing, like, that could have been me. It's like, damn. It's a weird feeling because I know that I think I moved on, but it's like, damn. Deep down, I know that I was wasted potential. It wasn't. And yes, in my other videos, I said it's because I have a reason to be angry. It wasn't because I was lazy. It wasn't because I ate like shit, or maybe it was. I don't know. It was because I fucking got a brain injury that's gonna last me a while. And let me talk about treatment now. Let's get into the positive side. So, there's psilocybin, and I think they are coming with more research into this. And we gotta see if this is more placebo. And even if it is more placebo, maybe it still works. And I want to catch your guys' attention into this. Because it's not just people like who do sports. It's your veterans. The people that serve you guys. It's people in your household. And when I mean domestic violence, I lean more towards kids. Because I used to get hit in the back of the head. I used to get hit anywhere in the head. And no one counts as domestic violence. But if someone like me were to hit let's say I get married, my wife, that's domestic violence. I'm not justifying it, but it's like, we gotta remember there's two types, like, like kids get it too. Also women too. We gotta tell people that they can also get CTE. These women that are getting, even men. These men, women, kids. Kids are behind closed doors. Where their parents just, and I know it's pretty common, but it's not good. And I'm going to make a video on that later on my psychology. It's going to be like Daniel Mackler. I just like summarizing and adding my own experience. But honestly, they go through CTE too. They might get it eventually. Domestic violence victims. And I wasn't trying to downplay those women that get domestic violence. I'm just saying, like, when we think of domestic violence, we often think women. No, it's also kids too. And honestly, most of them can control the scenario. It's tough. Same thing with women, but it's just people, I don't know. We just don't really think of a kid suffering CTE because of that. And it's also people who got jumped, maybe innocently, that go through CTE symptoms. People like me who just want to escape their situation at home and just put all their energy into sports, make new friends. I wanted to live a good life. And I still plan to. It's just, I want to catch your eyes on why we should treat CTE. Put all this energy into this. Imagine your kid gets CTE because behind closed doors, your mom, your wife does all these things to him, and maybe you're not aware, or maybe you condone it because you're a traumatized person. You shouldn't be having kids, and you haven't really resolved your traumas. But anyways, it's it's veterans, athletes, domestic violence victims. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I just don't think we've seen many of the numbers because most of these were like self-reported. Like the NFL players were like, "Oh shoot, maybe I will get CT," and they went to them. Well, I think we have to study more brains. The ones that were like they weren't sure, and they just they just let it be go behind closed doors because maybe if they told someone they about their health and all that, the other person will get in trouble. CTE, we need to start learning how to treat this. For my sake too, I'm trying to. That's my hope that we can help people like us. Brain injury is no joke, and when people get into sports, I'm not saying you shouldn't get into sports. I mean, no. That's why I'm condoning CTE treatments. I'm not gonna be the one that says, "Oh, don't play soccer at 18 or all that." I mean, until you're 18 and all. Listen. If you want to be like a pro, like the best, you want to make money, you want to escape your situation, you gotta take a risk, and they know these risks. I'm just saying, most of us we're just trying to escape our situations, and yeah, we're trying to be someone good, and sadly, head hits got involved, and you see many people kill themselves, kill someone they love, and just slowly deteriorating into someone that they're really not. And well, I can name many people like Mike Webster, Chris Benoit, uh, Junior Seau. These are many cases. These are the more extreme cases, but the people live with this for years too. And I talked to many of them. It hasn't been easy. I think we should put more focus on CTE treatment because it's actually more common than you think it is. It's more common than you think it is. Brain injuries is more common than you think it is. It's in the millions of them. I'll give you an exact number in a later video. This is more just me journaling this out. Just raw. This isn't a research video. I'll give you a research video when the day comes. But today's not the day. I'm just saying. What are the CTE treatments now that, yes, psilocybin should be legalized for this reason. What else we should do more tests for? Ketamine infusion or TMZ therapy was something that some people recommended. I'm gonna separate this from lifestyle, and we're trying to see something that can create less inflammation in the brain. What can create less inflammation in the brain? CBD, weed. Do more studies on this. Maybe this can create less inflammation around the brain. Because really, when we talk about weed and all that, we talk about this in healthy people. But what about people like us? I mean, how many people play soccer on a regular basis? How many people play football? How many people wrestle? How many people do MMA? MMA is starting to become the new rise, especially Muay Thai now. It's starting to catch the attention of many people. And especially in Thailand, many people are moving there to learn Muay Thai. Why not learn to also protect themselves better? But it's also like, you're gonna get hit regardless. I think we should put more eyes on CT treatment and just be, because like, preventative, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna be honest, like, often it's too late. Most people don't even know what CT really is like. I have to tell people, in my case. My dad doesn't believe me, though he watches boxing and MMA just like I do. I'm a fanatic of it. I love it. I love when Ilya Topuria knocked out Volkanovski. Yes, I love when my Orthodox bros do that. Yes, like watching Charles Oliveira beat people up, Alex Pereira. Yeah, it's But honestly, many of us j- just want to find an escape to our traumatized households. I don't think it's that easy to prevent being in a sport of contact. I'm being honest. Unless you're somehow whitewashed and you, even if you are whitewashed, there's nothing wrong with being white. Even they have the best access to all these sports, so therefore they will be wanting to play all these sports. When I mean whitewash, I don't mean literally whitewash. I mean just like it's a different term I use. It's more like you like try to like perfectionist, like you just try and stay away from everything type of whitewash. That's not. It has nothing to do with your color of your skin. It's just trying to avoid everything. That's why I call it whitewash perfectionism. I just think of a blank slate and all that. Yeah, it's very hard. That's why Chris Nowinski said you should do it at the age of 14. So there is some treatment options, but as again, none of them have been proven to cure this brain disease. But it's been proven to manage it. The headaches are still very powerful, though. That's the problem. And I'm not trying to be just optimistic. I'm going to tell you the truth. It still sucks. Especially that I don't have a wife and kids to support me or someone that believes in my brain injuries like that. I have a few friends, and the people that I talk to, they're not near me. They're in Florida, they're in Carolina, and all that, and they have brain injuries too. So yeah, psilocybin can definitely, but that takes time, and you sort of have to mold your character in between that. I'm not, as a psychologist, I'm not sure. As a psychologist, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just saying, like, I seen a psychotherapist, Daniel Mackler, as him and Sam Bachman. He was a psychology professor and expert in narcissism. Maybe now don't take it to trying. How do I say it? I don't know how much it can heal your trauma. I don't think it can do so much. But in terms of brain trauma, I can make a different case. We just need more studies. So yeah, this is my video.